welcome back to the Blue Collar Off-Road Podcast, episode 209. I'm Graham. I'm here with Luke, Cody, and Richie, and we don't have a guest this week. So,
Yippee!
I figure
you
we
just
should probably figure out what happened to Richie, because he kind of disappeared on us.
Well, so firstly, Graham, you just made Jess almost fall over laughing.
why?
The way you entered into the podcast.
What do you mean? That's an every week thing. I feel like it's on clockwork now.
I
It
don't
hasn't
think Jess
been
has
here.
ever heard it before.
Oh my gosh. You're telling me you've been here since day one and your wife's never listened to a single episode.
Same.
No, she has.
People
She
just listen to
hasn't
this
heard it
podcast for
live.
people just listen to this podcast for the intro.
Honestly.
I don't think there's any we don't really have great content on a consistent basis, but people just want that the morning jolt you get from listening to me scream out of their car speakers.
Yeah, it helps people wake up in the morning.
Mhm.
One
jump
morning
scare.
out of the week. We're the best non-functional alarm clock you won't have.
Yeah, maybe like a sleep alarm clock on Thursdays. You know, maybe instead of an alarm clock on Friday. Because I think the only way that we could do that is if we set it up on a timer, which I know that like YouTube, TikTok, and like those, I guess.
When we went to S'more, we set it on the timer, if I remember right.
Oh,
But
wait, that's sick. Hold on, that's cool.
Yeah.
So maybe when we actually get our shit in order and we're a week ahead, we can actually set it up that way. Wait, that'd be cool.
yeah, that would be too logical for us. We are like duct tape, baling wire, and boot string or shoestring, I should have said. But yeah,
No, let's go with bootstring. I like that. It has a little bit of waxiness to it, so it's nice and sturdy. And then,
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
us feel like we have strong bones to start off with. But here
Yeah,
we are.
we're keeping that exhaust off the ground. You better believe it.
Can we talk about something really quick?
Yeah.
We just passed 4 years of doing this. 4 years.
That's crazy, because I
How
could have sworn we started late fall.
So again, it's skewed a little bit due to the fact that we've had like odd episodes. We've had like the actual numbers are a little bit off. I think we're off by like 12 according to the proper like podcast numbering if you go to like Apple Podcasts or whatever. But based off of our actual episodes that were numbered, this is now the first week of year 4, which is just fucking crazy to me. Like Graham just said, like we've definitely gotten better. But Jesus Christ, we made it here. That's pretty cool.
I said that?
Yeah, you just said we're not consistent or something.
Oh.
That our content is not consistently good or whatever. You just said it.
I didn't say it wasn't consistently good. I just said I don't know what I said. It wasn't that.
It's not that consistent.
Yeah, I didn't say it was bad. I just said we're not
It is
consistent.
very crazy.
Yeah, and we met a lot of people through those 4 years.
Yeah, what is it? We've talked to 200 something? No, not
I'm going to say about
It was
100
150
and,
people.
145, 150 people probably at this point.
That's too
No.
many people.
Is it?
That's probably more people that live in Richie's hometown.
Whoa.
Okay, but
My
let's
hometown is like double that, okay?
okay. My recollection of your town is your house in Cumbies. Okay, I'm sorry. You know,
Humvees is not in my town. It's in the
Oh,
city
fuck.
next door.
fuck off. That's a different town.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that. Wait, that okay? So yeah, so that damn, yeah, I think I might be right. Maybe double that.
Yeah, so for reference, Cody, my town is more from my house to Bristol than in the other direction.
Okay, so it's more east than
Yep.
like north-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
that'd be. Damn, that's great. I actually never knew that, but that's funny as hell. But yeah, I just want to congrats guys, we made it this far and we're still going. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised and happy as fuck about that. And like we've definitely kind of developed our own style at this point. It's kind of weird and cool.
I think calling it our own style is being generous.
Yeah,
But
I don't think you can call trash style.
Okay, our own special garbage delivery route.
Nice. Hell yeah. So wait, what is the lifespan of a trash can again? Isn't it the 19
4
years?
years.
4 years? Damn it, boys. We're on the other end. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, but look at the Cherokee. The Cherokee has gone up in value, and that's a trash can. So maybe at some point we will go up in value. Maybe.
I'm now Googling that because
Yeah, I think it was
curiosity.
19 years, I think was the joke running because it was what 87 to 01 is that well, it's 14 years, but close enough. But yeah.
Trash cans or never mind. This is British, and they're not even people.
Speaking of British, y'all heard about that that CO that got arrested yesterday? Y'all hear about that crazy shit?
Huh?
Never mind, it's completely unrelated. We're not going to talk about that. There was a corrections officer that got arrested in the United Kingdom. If you know, you know. It's anyways. Google it. You'll figure it out. Today's date, Google corrections officer getting sentenced to 15 months in jail. You'll figure it out quick. Anyways.
Anyways, nuke France and let's get on with it.
No. Take Canada, nuke France. Okay, come on.
I thought it was Greenland.
No,
Oh,
well,
why
the
not
Panama
both?
Canal,
Conquest.
Canada, and Greenland, all three, yoinking them bitches right now.
And while we're at it, we're gonna nuke France because fuck them.
I have no qualms with France, but Luke doesn't like them, so yeah, fuck France too. All right.
I don't actually have a problem with France. It's just funny to say nuke France in the middle of a serious conversation. So yeah, let's see. We've been going for 4 years. Graham's rig's gotten stickies and a Dana 60. Richie's gotten a new rig. Cody, your rig's rusted, and
Well,
my
it started
rig's
today. Okay, you take it easy, and it ran and has a half tank of fuel from 2 years ago, and it's still kicking. That's a win. All right. Jeez. It's got a flat tire though. I will say that.
the fuel is probably fucking starting to separate at this point.
Bro, it's way past separating. It's probably creating its own fuel now. It's got its own years of decay like the dinosaurs in there.
I was supposed to go up to AOP last weekend, and this ties in with the stupid fuel thing. Yeah, there's no fucking gas in the Jeep, so I have to go bring gas over to the Jeep to get the Jeep onto the fucking trailer, which is hilarious. And we decided not to go because it was shittily cold for a single day ride that we were planning on doing, so we bumped it up to next weekend. Not this coming one, but the following one, because I get every other one off, so we'll be up there on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, but like, fuck wheeling a Jeep with no doors in 20-degree weather in the morning. Because we were going to
Whose
show
fault
up.
is that? Who took
Mine.
the doors off?
100% mine.
Mhm.
I also auto-removed the hatch and have slowly been working on removing the rest of the glass. So I will take...
Windshield?
It still has a windshield, yeah.
I mean, that's a plus at least. The windshield.
Just get
definitely-
one of them little buddy heaters.
I don't think that's gonna help when the wind's fucking blowing through there.
Fucking throw it underneath your fucking seat. Heated seat.
The windshield probably isn't surviving next season.
Why not? What's wrong with it?
Where I want to put the crossbar.
I think that's like this. I think this makes the second or third year, Luke. You've said that.
Yeah, well, I cut the
Stay
doors off
tuned.
of it
Stay
for
tuned.
last
We'll see.
or before last meet and beat, right?
We'll see if it actually goes away this
before.
year.
Yeah, because I
Uh,
had I did
I-
the doors at Thanksgiving, if I remember right.
I was gonna say I thought meet and beat was your first time out without the door. Well, with the door bars, I should say.
Yeah, it was with the door bars because I took it out with no door bars. That weekend that Graham and Curtis showed up at AOP for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
That was a good fucking ride.
Sounds cold.
It wasn't terrible, but we didn't night wheel. We ended up staying back at camp and eating food and drinking. It was good.
Sounds like a win to me.
We went night riding, but when it gets dark at fucking 6, you run out of fucking or when it's dark at 6 and it's cold, by 10 o'clock we ended up getting back to camp every night. We weren't out like we were out at the meet and beat.
And just in case you don't know, Graham will yell at you like your dad if you're not holding the flashlight right. I did find this out the other day, and he yelled at me. He took it from me. He said, "Let me take this. Let me take it." And I was just like, "Okay." I just handed it to him, and then he gave it back. He said, "Hold this," and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Dad, I can't feel my fingers," and he's like, "That's too damn bad." And yeah, it was a good time. It was great. it was.
I can
Yeah.
picture the nerdy fucking. Give me that.
Yeah, it was almost exactly like that, actually. It got done though. What we intended to do got done.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So what did you intend to do?
Scrape the old gasket off of the timing cover area after we forgot to take it off before I put the new timing chain on.
Excellent.
So I had to do it around the new timing chain, and we only got one piece stuck in there that we got out. And it was dark and cold.
It was fucking freezing.
Mhm.
It was pretty rough.
Is the J20 in the shop or no? It can't be.
Oh
in the
no!
shop.
Oh no!
No.
It's in my parking space. Waiting on alternator bracket, which seems stupid, but it like a lot rides on those bracket things that needs to go in before I finish the rest of it, and it's pretty much there. I put new oil in it yesterday. I did the cam gear, all that stuff. I put the new cam gear on the distributor today, or distributor gear for the cam on the distributor. Not a ton of progress today, I will admit, but it's almost there. It will be running tomorrow.
Hell yeah! When will it be back to daily status? Tomorrow or do you think
Tomorrow.
it's gonna take longer than that?
It could, yeah. It doesn't have an option. It is back to
Is it
daily
supposed to
tomorrow.
rain tomorrow?
I do not care.
Oh my god, this guy needs a poncho. No, I'm wrong. It's just supposed to be 17 tomorrow. No big deal.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Just get you some mechanics gloves and some hand warmers. It'll be okay.
I don't even need that. I'll just run off caffeine and hatred.
Understandable.
It's been 2 weeks. Almost, yeah, 2 weeks. Just about.
Yep,
No,
2
over 2
weeks.
weeks. Huh? No, yeah, 2 weeks and a day.
But yeah, so that it was a fun time. You know, it was originally just supposed to be get food. Actually, it wasn't even supposed to be anything. It was supposed to be get a part, go back to his apartment, and drop him off. Then it turned into go to my dad's house, grab a tool, and then get food, go back to the apartment. And then after we got food, it was nighttime, and then I got there, and then we were just like, well, we might as well at least help for the time being. And yeah, I mean, you got it done. That is a good point on all the grand scheme of things. It was fucking freezing, and
I was worried that the RTV wasn't going to set. Honestly, because of how cold it is.
It probably didn't. I don't think the operating temperature of RTV is under 35.
It is called room temperature vulcanizer or whatever, but it does set. It's just a lot slower, but it's not like fuck you, I'm not setting at all.
Sure.
Pretty sure, because I dropped a
What
big
color?
glob on my fucking it's black, the oil resistant one. I don't know. It set enough for me to be comfortable with it. At least the glob that was outside wasn't compressed, but I also didn't use a ton. I really just used it on the gasket as like a fail safe, because gaskets these days are shit, and it's a 40-year-old engine, so even more room for failure. So yeah, it should be good. It can't leak more than it already was. That whole front timing cover was a mess. So
That's
So yeah, it
obnoxious.
says 70, but fuck it, it's fine. And you're supposed to have like 50% relative humidity. Fuck off. It's outside. It'll be fine.
yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Screw you, Google AI. Okay. What does it know? Come on. What is it
Nothing.
actually
It literally
know?
knows nothing. It's just making shit up. Don't listen to that.
It did help me diagnose my sister's Jeep today, which was kind of crazy that it gave me an answer, but I still went to the old school forums to double check. But yeah, I was like, what do you know, Google AI? How do you know about a shitbox? Like, what is this? And yeah, it actually was the right answer. It was the IAC, which crazy. But hey, good stuff.
Hey, that's kind of useful. I wonder if in a couple of years AI is going to make diagnostics easier.
If it can troll through forums and learn through forums, then I would say it's very possible, right? Because like, how hard would that algorithm really be to be able to just like search function and then just like take highlighted words or whatever, then create its own answer? Can't imagine it'd be that hard.
I think it would probably work fairly well once the learning model is tuned.
Yeah,
But
but
I
yeah,
think
I'm blown away, man, that it gave me the right answer and like how to do it. It literally gave me like a step list of how to do it. I'm like, how, bro? How? Like, this is insane. Tomorrow is now, or whatever the fucking term is. Today's the future. So I don't know.
the future is now, old man.
That's the one. That's the one. I'm losing it.
Yeah, we're actually starting to get old. Good lord.
Dude, you are not kidding. I'm definitely old. I feel old. Imagine how Ryan feels. Old man.
Yeah, ancient. Our old Bobbert's got one foot in the grave.
I think the vehicles that he works on keeps him the other foot out, though. So he'll be all right as long as he stays working on a vehicle.
Yeah, he has to have some garbage to play with.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been fun over here. Nothing too crazy.
All right, well, it's time for the honorary and time-honored segment. Richie, what the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck did you go? Why aren't you talking?
Oh,
You
gee.
can.
So back in what was it, October, I think, my boss came up to me. It was like, "Hey, we got some hot jobs coming for the next few weeks. Can you work overnights?" Originally, he said it was going to be 3 weeks. Those 3 weeks quickly turned into 2.5 months.
Oh my god.
He wanted to push it out to a total of 4 months too.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
he
terrible.
fucking our last shift before New Year's. He was saying, "Oh yeah, it might, you guys might have to stay on nights until like mid-February," and I like flipped the fuck out.
I can't say that I blame you. Fuck that. Night shift sucks. I had to cover last night from 9 to 12, and that was not fun. So I can only imagine doing 7 to 7 or whatever time schedule they put you on.
It was 7 to 7.
7 to 7 is a terrible fucking schedule.
I straight up, I did not see the sun for 2 months.
I believe it.
There,
That's
there was
crazy.
like a 1 week period right after the clocks changed that I got to see the sun when we got out of work, but that only lasted for a week.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know how people do the whole night shift thing like continuously. I feel like I would just go deranged.
I don't if I was a lonely hermit that had no friends or family or life, it would be awesome.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have to see anybody.
Exactly. But like,
Yeah,
oh look, the amount of chores I had to do the first weekend I was back on days was atrocious.
I fucking believe that. I have had to cover nights a couple of times, and every time I get off, my body doesn't know what the fuck to do. I don't know if that goes away, or is that
Uh,
just part of it?
so for me personally, I make the switch over to a night shift schedule very easily. It's like the first day or two, I'm like struggling to stay up the whole night, but after that, it's like a normal schedule for me. It's going back to days. That's where I have a fucking problem. Because my body just wants to stay up all night and fucking sleep all day.
Yeah, I have a problem where due to my rotating schedule, I want to stay up late whenever I'm not working, but when I'm fucking working, I have to go to bed at like 9:30. So I don't know whether I'm going to bed at 3 a.m. or at 9 p.m. and my body just can't figure that the fuck out.
Yeah, well, one of the hardest parts for me is trying to get myself to eat during the day.
I could see that.
Because
Well,
like I'm fucking hungry all day, but I sit down for dinner with my family and I have like 2 bites of food and that's it, and then I'm starving come like 10 p.m.
yep. And you have dinner for breakfast and breakfast for dinner if you go out to eat.
Yeah.
Um, but this isn't the blue collar sleep schedule podcast. Has anything happened with the Comanche?
Well, so I ordered a Spartan front locker for the Comanche. What was it? Last week, I think it was.
So, given your previous scheduling, it'll be in either 2 days or it'll be in 2 months.
It should be in Saturday, like in fully installed in the Jeep Saturday, depending on the weather.
Understandable. You gonna pull it into the garage?
Well, right now it's just in the cover it
Yep.
because I wasn't sure about whether or not we were gonna get hit with snow, so I wanted it at least covered.
Makes
But while
sense.
while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be swapping out the steering for the steering I got from Cody Made, uh, who got it from Jeremy down.
That's kind of cool.
So whatever steering that is, going into the Jeep at the same
There you
time.
go. Hell yeah.
Is it over the knuckle, under the knuckle, Heims?
I'm not willing to walk out back to look.
Understandable. Does it at least have Heims?
It's got ends on it. I don't remember what.
Good lord.
It's been a while since I looked at it. Okay, sorry.
There is no excuse.
No, I believe it's just 1 ton replacement steering.
Sweet. It'll work out for you. I mean, that rig works pretty fucking well as it is, even with just what has it got, the ZJ shit in there or the reinforced factory one?
I believe it's just all factory right now.
I'm amazed you didn't taco that at Roush.
Like the steering that's on it is fucking puny.
Yeah, it's stock, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's completely stock.
Yeah, well then, duh. No wonder it's puny. It literally is puny.
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to fucking swap it out.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't blame you at all.
I ran through the woods real quick on Sunday. So that way I have a little bit of a direct comparison once the locker is installed.
You want me to go dig through that fucking Doral part numbers and see if I can find the power steering cooler I have and send that over? Because Lord knows you're gonna need that.
Yes, please.
Okay, I will get on that.
I I think I also gotta replace the pump itself too.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I put that pump off of the 94 I bought off of Logan Bronco-ish on, and it's a stock pump that's got whatever mileage was on that junkyard motor that was in that Jeep, so it makes a fucking racket when it gets hot, but whatever. And
My,
it screams like an old style pump does, or an
my,
old pump
my
does.
thing
God.
is I have to fill up the system like every 2 days of driving.
You might want to fix that. That's a little excessive there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I might have to address a few things.
Well, that's exceptionally reasonable, and I don't like that, but
We're just
understandable.
running until it blows up. Now we're talking.
Yeah, I could do that, or I could not.
The not makes more sense to me, but I'm lazy. I gotta warranty out one of the pumps that Logan's got, or I have to go buy a new pump, and swap that in. It's working right now, and it only makes noise when it gets, or it seems like it only makes noise when it gets slightly bound up, so I'm gonna see if it'll behave itself at AOP weekend from this coming weekend, and if it doesn't, I will replace it. But you're going to, at that point, have what? Both axles will be locked, so you might actually be able to come out and do stupid shit next Web Wheelers Ball? Maybe?
Yes. So,
Cool.
with the front locker, other than the 1.25 inch stretch, the Comanche will be at the same build level as my Cherokee was.
And it's in a lot better shape as far as the rust goes, so that'll be
Yeah.
beneficial for the future.
Oh yeah. So I'm very excited to see what the difference between the two will be. Because the Comanche has an extra 2 inches of lift on what the Cherokee was. And I think it's 10 inches?
Yeah,
What
she's long,
what's
comparatively.
what's a stock Cherokee's wheelbase?
101.
Isn't it like 101?
101?
Oh, so okay. So the Comanche has 19 inches on the wheelbase.
What? 19? Oh,
Yeah.
so you're saying it has. Sorry, I completely misheard what you said. So, wow, so you're 120. I mean, that makes sense because that's stock JK. Like, or JKU, pardon me if we want to be fucking
Yeah, the
politically correct.
my Comanche measured out to like 119 and 5/8.
Perfect. Bob it, suck the rear end 20 inches. It'd be good. XJ. Mint.
Oh shit! I've been saying it was only 10 inches.
Only
Yeah, what's
halfway there.
Yeah, what's another 9 on top of it? It's
Oh
fine.
shit! That's funny.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why a lot of people they do like the belly tucks and all that because it actually makes it usable. We're trying to like having breakover angle with the is that the right term? Breakover angle?
Yeah.
Breakover
breakover.
angle with a 120 wheelbase with a small tire. Shoo! That's no bueno.
Yeah, well, so originally when I was first talking to Luke about getting the Comanche, and he said that he thought it was about 4.5 inches of lift. Originally, my plans were to drop it down to 2 inches because I loved having the Cherokee at about 2 inches. And then I actually saw the Comanche in person and got in it. I was like, I cannot drop it at all. It needs to be at least this high.
What is breakover angle and why does it matter?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I have a drive shaft that would like to weigh in on that.
Well, see, that's the problem. If you do a square drive shaft, you don't have those issues. Actually, if you take into consideration doing something like the axle shaft drive shaft, like that's actually smart as fuck.
The
Using
axle shaft drive shaft.
yeah, the guy that we
From
just
last
spoke
episode?
to, yeah, or how they used an axle shaft as a drive shaft, like it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
designed to hold rotational force, and it's solid. Like okay, it's gonna suck when it bends, but so does a normal drive shaft. I don't know. I guess the design. I mean, I guess the force structure would have to be the same, right? Like
Well, like we brought up on the last episode, a lot of the resistance to vibration comes from the outside OD of the tube.
oh,
So at speed, it would probably end up being miserable because A drive shaft sees far more speed than an axle shaft will. I think. Yeah. Because it takes 5.38 turns of my drive shaft to get 1 turn of the axle.
That is true.
Huh. It'll
So
be fine. Try it out and tell us how it goes.
on the back of that Comanche, I would put in a fucking like 2.5-inch or 3-inch quarter wall fucking or 188 wall big fucking 1350 drive shaft and forget about it. Fuck that axle. Turn it to powder.
Square drive shaft, be cool. Oh, you still want to drive it though, so I guess no square drive shaft. Never mind. Lame.
Well, I'm not going to completely rule out a square drive shaft, Cody.
I would rule out a square drive shaft if you plan on driving it down the road.
Honestly, it's a kind of a joke about the square drive shaft thing. It's more of a Toyota thing, so you could do it. But you're absolutely right, Luke. It would be miserable on the road unless somehow you could manage to figure out a way to get a square drive shaft to balance.
Good luck. It's really hard to get everything to center up super happy. And then if I remember correctly too,
No. If you're using a square drive shaft, you don't care about the balance.
We were saying hypothetically if you were to care about the balance.
You can't. The whole point of a square drive shaft is ain't care.
It is true. It is true.
What are you talking about?
It ultimately depends.
It's
on
two
how much
pieces of
fucking
square tube as a slip.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
get
care.
that.
True? Wait. I
Yes.
thought that was kind of a joke. I didn't realize.
No,
No,
it's just
that's
you
legit.
use a square as a slip, and you have to cut one of them to deal with the weld line. Or not cut it, but groove it, because you have the weld line where the tube is folded over itself and...
Nah.
Sorry, sick.
So, oh my god! So it's pretty much just like a 4-tooth drive shaft.
Yeah, it's a
That's
4-spline drive shaft, and
four spline. Sorry.
yeah, they're the definition of ain't care, and they're never ever going to balance correctly because square tube never is going to balance out. Like, due to the fact that it's got the weld seam on one corner.
Okay, hear me out. But what if you were to grind off the weld seam?
It would still not be balanced.
Yeah. Also, like
that doesn't. That's not what's the major issue. Isn't just that.
It's also, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna stop being a machinist at this point in time, or tool and die guy, and I'm just gonna shut up and say that it's a bad idea.
Okay,
It's
but
not a
hear
bad
me out.
idea. It's
What if you
perfectly
turn
fine.
down the outside of a square tube with the lathe until it was as round as it possibly could be? Would it be good enough, or at that point you're putting in so much
No,
effort,
because
you
the
might as well
inside
just
is
do a
still
normal drive
square.
shaft?
The inside's still square.
Yeah, the inside's gonna be square.
Didn't you say that the outside takes majority of the rotational dingling of the flux
Yeah, but
capacitor
it
off the
starts getting
diagram of
into the effect of the run out and all that other fun shit because they don't build square tube or any tube particularly straight, but the square stuff ends up being worse off. So you end up having excessive run out on them. It's great.
Gotcha. So octagonal or octagonal. What about okay. Never mind. We're done with this.
We're just gonna call it here. Lovely weather outside. Anyways, Richie,
Hell
put a big
no.
drive shaft in there and call it a day.
The plan is to throw a big drive shaft in it.
We're talking about the back or the front.
The back.
No, just trim down what you got or whatever, and you'll be good. That's what I did in the J20.
Hey,
He wasn't that good at Roush.
What about two-piece?
The shaft that was welded up at Roush goes down the road surprisingly okay for being done on the back of Luke's Jeep. I will say that.
So
No comment.
What about doing like a two-piece and just using like TJ drive shafts and trying to get like I mean, obviously your drive shaft angle would be pretty fucked, and the mounting position would be weird due to the bed going up after the cab point. But like, is it doable?
It would be doable. However, the drive shaft in his rig. The only reason I remember this is because I was just going back through the Roush pictures a couple days ago. It's 58 inches because we took a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's short enough that you can get away with a like double cardan, and you don't have to put a two-piece in. So why build in extra?
Oh, so it is still short enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean it's working with a single or a 2 U-joint system. It'll work with a 3 U-joint double cardan. There's no extra like section in there. It's not
No,
an extended cab long bed.
I thought the double cardan was quite a bit shorter than my drive shaft.
It is going to be shorter. You just have to run a double cardan up at the.
Yeah, he's saying like, it's not like you can just use like an X-ray front drive shaft. Like you're gonna have to get one that's made for it, but using a double cardan up front. Yeah, yeah. I knew what you were getting at, but no.
Factory manual front drive shafts like 28 inches or some shit like that for the actual tube length, not the 58 that your rear is.
Oh yeah, so that definitely would not work.
Yeah,
Nope,
just dump it
nope.
and give it to the next guy. Isn't that how that works?
You could sleeve 2 Cherokee drive shafts, but that's just getting excessively stupid and building a long, thin, floppy noodle.
But it's doable.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Say that for the folks in the back that think they can fucking tow semis with their fucking SUVs.
Why can't you?
Just because you're fucking Volvo
He's geeking out.
No. So I had a friend a few years ago that was fucking throwing it in my face that his fucking Volvo SUV had the same towing capacity as my Chevy 2500.
Yeah, that's actually not
does it?
surprising at all.
But his Volvo was like a third the size of the Chevy.
Yeah.
It's not going to tow nearly as nice going down the road, I believe, is the point Richie's trying to make there.
Okay, yes.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Why not? If it can do it, why not? If you could balance out the load right.
I will say that the Chevy 1500 I had a tow rating that is not that far off of the Cummins. I think it was like 2,000 pounds lighter, but the Cummins tows a hell of a lot nicer, and I'm not going the other direction. So, I'd rather tow with an older 250 or
I'll tow with a Volvo. Give it to me.
Well, at the moment, it's, I would tow with the Volvo too. Okay, I can't say much.
Out of here.
When it's either me pulling the Jeep by hand or with the Volvo, I'm picking the Volvo.
You can drive it with your feet, you don't have to pull it by hand.
Yeah, so could you, but guess what? Probably not a great idea.
No, it is.
If it was a good daily, you'd be dailying it right now.
Exactly. You're not wrong.
I don't know. I just have a thing about a 2,500 pound car should not be towing 10,000 pounds.
Okay, but then if we take that into a retrospect of like my truck having a towing capacity of like it's 18,000 off of a fifth wheel. So 18,000 compared to 7,800, whatever the fuck my truck weighs out to, it's probably the same ratio. So it's just
So if it was the same ratio, Cody, you'd be towing almost 24,000 pounds.
Doable. That's still legal. Make it happen.
But it's I don't know. I'm getting all flustered now.
No, I understand because it's like one of those weird things, right? Like it's why if I were to bump up, it's like why a bunch of people are going up to medium duties. It's the same thing of like your load is heavier than your own vehicle, and it's similar to like what happened with Colin, right? When you have that much weight pushing something lighter, bad things can happen when they start to happen. So it's just it's just things if you do it the correct way, you'll be fine. If you
I
don't,
would
On paper, it says it can do it, but I just don't think it should.
I think that there is a limit on practicality, right? Like, even if you were to compare a new F-150 that has a higher tow rating than, say, my truck right now does, um, the area that you can load my Jeep onto my trailer and have that newer truck tow comfortably is a lot smaller than the area that I have right now with just like I drive my Jeep on the trailer and kind of look back and go, yeah, that's close enough. And
yeah,
look to see if I'm sitting down on the helper or not, and then strap it down.
100%,
Um,
100%, you're correct with that. For
so
sure.
that's where like just because you can doesn't mean you should comes into play in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I still would do it if I had to. I think
I
you
would
could
do it
still
if I
it
had
safely.
to. I just wouldn't do it as a daily choice or as like a reasonable choice. That's
Oh
a
yeah. Well, I'm also speaking from the fact that this kid was saying that he was thinking about buying a car trailer to do it as like a side business with his Volvo.
Yeah, that's
Like
a bad idea.
he was talking about like doing shit like that on a regular.
Hot shot
Yeah, no,
truck
fuck
like
Hot
that.
shot Volvo over here.
Like, yeah, sure. Once in a while, you gotta fucking move something weird, whatever. But on a regular, I would just fucking get a fucking truck.
No man, Volvo can do it. I don't know what you're
Volvo's
talking
got
about.
this. Come on.
I will drive up to your house, Graham, and kick you.
Smoke's coming out of his ears. I can see it.
It is. I'm steaming.
I don't know. I mean, it's doable. I've seen people tow bobcats with significantly lighter vehicles, and it's scary, but it can be done as well. Okay, hear me out. As the trailer has to have brakes, though. If the trailer doesn't have
Oh, yeah.
brakes, you're fucked no matter what. If it's
Uh-huh.
heavier than your own vehicle and you don't have trailer brakes, good fucking luck. That is
Yeah.
scary. Graham knows that really well going to Vermont with
Yeah.
2 ship boxes.
John does too, really. I mean, that
Oh,
green
yeah.
trailer just didn't have good brakes. It never did. I think
Just
like
had
one
bad
of them
luck.
was working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even after I looked at them and confirmed they were all like tight and should be working, not true. Not working.
That's sketchy. That's so
Mhm.
sketchy.
The
Ugh.
I have to go buy trailer brakes for my piece of shit because they're just it's not even a piece of shit, but I bought the trailer in 2018 and it's 2025. They need to get replaced.
I thought you had the brakes done before
I
you.
had them serviced.
Yeah, them.
I didn't
Okay.
I didn't have them done. All that was Pavia popped the bearings out. He replaced 2 of the bearings, if I remember correctly, and he serviced the brakes, like reset everything. So
I knew he did something to your brakes.
yeah, he just went through the trailer and like made sure that it was in good shape before it had to go, you know, Boston to Chattanooga and run around the country like it did.
Fair.
Now it's just time for me to go and do some fucking maintenance on it because it's owed. It's like I said, 7 years old at this point. It's kind of weird to think that that trailer is 7 years old, but here we are.
Yeah, that is insane, actually.
That was a lot of tires on the side of the highway.
Yeah, that was an unnatural amount of tires. Have you guys noticed that? Like going through Pennsylvania on 81, just the amount of
Yeah.
tires that'll randomly appear and then they
Mhm.
disappear again?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's because
yeah, yeah.
that stretch of highway sucks.
On the
It's-
drive home from
It's
picking
tire killing lands.
on the drive home from picking up the trailer, I counted.
I think we got over 200 pretty
How
quick
much
and then we
Adderall
ended
did
up
you guys take? Jesus.
It was not so much an Adderall induced experience, more of a um I wasn't familiar with towing trailers and we were trying to fucking just talk about random shit.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of nervous on that drive home.
With an empty trailer?
Yeah, my experience up to that point with towing trailers was like a little bit on the farm when I was like 14 or 15 and working with my aunt, and then those were like fifth wheels, and it was entirely different. There was a shit ton of room, and I wasn't on the road with them, or if I was on the road with them, it was towing like a hay trailer from the back barn to the front barn. It was never anything dealing with like lots of traffic or off of backcountry roads. So that was the first time I towed a trailer for like a long distance that wasn't buying it, the one of the trailers I bought in like Goshen, and I towed it from Goshen to Harwinton. So, that's 25 minutes, if that. I drove down there and bought a trailer and drove it home 4 hours with barely any clue what I was doing. It was great.
I bet you could still back it up better than Graham.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do.
Not hard.
Sorry, Graham.
I don't need to back up my trailer. I just drive it straight to its destination.
Yep.
I believe when I went up to Graham's shop to go down to Good Evening Ranch, at one point,
Nah, fuck you. That was a shitty situation.
at one point, I screamed at Graham, "Do you want me to just do it?"
No, that was shitty. It was dark. I couldn't see shit. Yeah, there was a cut through, like through the parking lot for the Beverly shop, and there was a fucking semi truck that just was blocking the entire way. There was no way to get through, and it was late, so they probably were just leaving it there. Bad mannered as fuck, so don't do that. But
I'm not shitting on you, Graham. I fully admit that was a super fucked up situation.
Yeah. I'm just explaining myself.
Nah, I still blame him. But no, I mean, again, circling back, just do it right the first time and you'll be fine. No matter how heavy, if it can do it, it'll be fine. But
that's how we started all that.
Are you not here for that, Graham?
The Volvo?
Yeah, so I'm saying, as long as it says it can, just do it right and it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, just if it says it can tow it, tow it. If it says it can't tow it, try it.
Try and let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Maybe try a quick 18-hour drive before you go for a long 24+ hour drive.
It's a good call because you don't really have to stop on the highway that often. Where like normal
realistically,
roads.
you won't know if there are any issues as long as you're on the highway. It's only in that stop and go traffic that you're gonna get fucked.
It's definitely the only time ever that you could potentially have issues.
Oh yeah,
only time ever. But yeah. What else is new? What's going on? What's controversial in the world today?
I'm not gonna call it controversial, but I got engaged on Christmas, and that was kind of cool.
Congratulations! That's
very
exciting.
controversial. Very controversial.
A straight marriage in 2025. Controversial.
Whoa!
It only took like 9-10 years.
Yeah, something like that.
I haven't seen. There's no wedding invite yet, so.
I got bad news for you, Graham.
I'm not invited.
We're not invited.
Oh,
no, I'm gonna push to do as small of a wedding as humanly possible with a nice honeymoon afterwards, and then like
the boys aren't invited. That's crazy work.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fucking crazy because I'd much rather go spend that type of money on like a sick ass go see America vacation.
Who said that you'd have to pay for it, man? I'd pay my way just to be a part of it for your big day. You kidding me? What the fuck? I'm serious. I'll pay my own.
You don't even have any money. You can't even build a Jeep to drive to his wedding.
It don't fucking matter. I'll figure it out.
You couldn't even drive to the airport.
What? Okay, that is completely absurd coming from you right now, but that's fine. That is wild. Anyways,
That is the dude with the broken down daily insulting the other guy, or the guy
With
that
no
is
daily. He's
with
also got a broken down daily.
the pot calling the kettle black, and vice versa. Jesus Christ, guys. No, but probably
So-
gonna do a super small wedding, invite like a couple of close personal friends, call it good there. So like y'all will probably get an invite, and then I want to go like take a
No,
nice
we bullied
fucking
him.
road trip.
Now we're in. We're in.
Yep.
hell yeah, we're in.
Perfect.
So I 100% love that idea, Luke, because that's the way to go. Fucking tiny ass wedding, cheap as fuck. Blow all your money on the honeymoon. Have a kick ass time.
I don't know. Jess's
Ah.
wedding was super fun.
But yeah, it's also probably really expensive.
Probably was, but it was super fun.
No, but here's the thing though, Graham, is the wedding can be super fun for a lot of people, or you have a small wedding that's a killer time for fewer people, but then you end up saving so much fucking money that you can have a glorious honeymoon. Like,
Yeah, I'd rather do something like what Ayashua did and go just randomly go exploring, buy like a truck bed camper or something like that. Pick out a couple of really nice places that we want to stay that doesn't involve sleeping in a truck bed camper and just go. Like, have a set schedule of like, yeah, we want to be by Yellowstone for 3 days or 4 days. We'll get a cabin up there, go do that, and then we're gonna go out to Arizona and see what's up there and just, bebop around and take a bunch of cool pictures, have a bunch of cool experiences, see a bunch of places that I've never seen before. I
Antarctica. You haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen that one yet. The other thing that we were talking about was like doing smaller version of that, but also maybe taking a cruise or doing something like that because, it'd be super nice to go down to the Bahamas or up to Alaska and just take one of those cruises and relax for a week of not giving a fuck about anything.
Graham, isn't it you that has an irrational fear of cruises?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought so.
I don't like them. I don't
I
like
had a great
I don't
time.
like big boats in the middle of the ocean either.
Even if you're
Because
not on
it's a
them, you just
cruise.
don't like the idea
I
of
mean,
it, or
I think they're cool. They're just scary. I don't know. Imagine
So-
just get in the middle of the night, a rogue wave hits one of those fuckers like Poseidon, and then you're fighting for your life trying to swim in the ocean with the sharks and all that shit. I don't know.
I really
Maybe
want
for
to
me.
see how dark it gets out there.
first off,
It
you're not
gets-
fighting sharks. It's a 1v1 you versus the water at that point. There's no sharks involved. You worry about the sharks after you defeat the 1v1 versus the water. Okay? You take it one step at a time, and then if you don't, you
Just
don't.
one paddle at a time. You mean?
And just think,
not
just
stepping.
think. If
The
if
boat's
you
upside
don't
down.
win, then it's not your problem to deal with. You don't have to clean up any of the mess, fill out any paperwork, write any letters. You're good.
Yeah, fuck paperwork.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. So just lose the 1v1, you're good to go.
Graham, I'm gonna make your fear even worse. There is an excellent YouTube channel that goes into maritime disasters called Brick and Mortar.
I just watched a movie on that.
Yeah, it's
I
this
love
dude-
I love watching bad shit happen to boats. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah,
Have
then
you-
you will love this guy because he goes through like the transportation committee reports and like highlights the juicy little details where like the inspector will have like thrown in a little professional jab like it was clearly evident that they didn't care about maintenance and disregarded the consequences of their actions. And like he's just got a very relaxed voice and it's a very well put together documentary series on maritime disasters. Truly excellent.
And there's a movie on Netflix right now that I literally just watched before this episode today called In the Heart of the Sea. It's on Netflix. And spoiler, there may be a boat disaster, okay? But it was really well done. It's a very fun movie. A lot of highly paid actors, actually. I don't know who fucking put the money out to get all these really expensive actors.
Netflix.
Bro, they are. I mean, when you watch it, you'll see who the actors are, and it's like, oh shit, somebody forked up some bank. But yeah.
I don't know fucking enough actors because Graham has an irrational fear of being on boats. I don't like going to the movies.
I don't have a fear of being on boats.
It just doesn't.
I just
Okay,
don't.
is this like the issue with me with horses and their little ankles? Is this the same idea? Where like it just doesn't make sense, so you don't like it?
Mm,
Oh.
I don't think they're exactly the same. I mean,
Do you think if we took out all the boats out of the water level would lower?
no.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like I guess the way I handle that, and this is not off-road related at all, is like
We're
I
so
can
far past off-road.
if a plane goes wrong, something in a plane goes wrong and I'm on it, well, I'm dead anyways. If a car crashes, you might live, you might not, depends on how bad it is. Like you're in control of the situation probably because you're driving or someone you know is driving. Pilots, you have to get certified and whatnot. I'm sure boat people have to get certified too.
Yeah,
But like
excessively.
They do. Excessively, like
excessively.
yes.
Excessively, like,
Okay. Well, that
almost
makes
the
me feel a
same-
little better. It's not just fucking like rednecks driving a big ass boat.
Oh,
Not that there's
No.
anything wrong with rednecks driving big ass boats, but
Bro, there's times when they're coming to port that they have to literally ship another captain onto the
Yep.
boat just to dock the boat because it's that big.
Yep.
Like they
They
take a
do
lot
that.
of consideration in. But I understand what you're saying.
so
But,
you
like,
got the
also,
highway driver. Is that like if you're towing with the Volvo when you go into town,
Okay,
you get a
okay.
different driver
hold
to
on.
drive it around local?
So
Graham.
the w-
Just go ahead, Luke. I'm excited, but go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
no, I'm letting you vent the excitement out to the air.
Okay, Graham, you are a fucking sci-fi nerd who likes Dead Space, the literal fucking like it is the design of an issue in
Oh, I
an
love it.
uncontrollable
Like,
area that like you are just like you explained, right? Plane goes down, you're dead. Car crash, you're probably fine, whatever. But you're at least on land. Boat goes down, guess what? You in the water, 1v1, you might lose, you might win, who knows? Space, same idea. You love the idea. Crazy shit happening in space, but now you have. But I don't understand it.
Well,
don't
I like
understand
it because that's scary. Like it's just
Oh.
like big systems move like that you don't have control over that are not working correctly. Like I don't know, there's something enticing and just terrifying about things of that nature to me, and I'm drawn towards stuff like that, but I'm also if something goes wrong, that's a very scary, terrifying situation potentially, and it's cool, but it's also like I don't know. I don't really know if I want to get on a circus cruise and have that be what happens. Like, not that that happens a lot, but like I'm pretty sure Circus is literally the one where they got stuck in the middle of the ocean, and it was like, there's
There's
this whole
been-
thing.
There have been a couple of instances involving cruise ships, but they're not very common at all. Like, I believe the percentage of issues hovers maybe like 2% higher or a couple percent higher than aircraft, with a much higher survivability rate of instances.
Hmm.
The odds of having an issue with a catastrophic issue on a cruise is 1 in 6.25 million.
Not zero.
Yeah, but you also
Yeah.
put in the lottery, don't you?
No, I do not. I'm bad at gambling.
I'm
it doesn't
bad at-
get.
Sorry,
It doesn't.
go ahead.
So okay, in planes, it's 1 of every 100,000 yield a fatal crash. You are way
Way
more likely to have.
Wow.
You are way more likely to have an issue on an airplane. So good
Oh
luck.
yeah, you
going
just
to
go
Florida,
don't get in a
Graham.
Boeing plane or whatever, the ones that are crashing right now.
Oh, that's true. Skewed statistics. We got to take into factors. Alaskan Airlines, Boeing in a majority of the fact. Damn, yeah. But maybe there's like how that's like big airplane, how it's like public news. Maybe big boat just doesn't have public news with their issues.
I think also like
Big maritime or something. I don't know.
Big
Big
boat.
Maritime here has a much better chance at showing up and saving your dumbass because most of the time when that type
What
of
about the
incident
Titanic?
happens, it
None
doesn't.
of those people survived.
You're talking about over 100 years ago at this point.
Yeah,
Yes, planes had problems in 1912. Shocking. Boats
Actually,
had problems in 1912.
Did
Shocking.
we even have planes in 1912?
I
Yeah.
believe first flight was 1911.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I will say Luke is onto something, right? It's hard for the Coast Guard to catch you from falling out of the sky, but it is possible for them to pick you up in the middle of the ocean. That is doable.
Not only that, those motherfuckers want to go and fucking save people. Their flight process is, can we get the hangar door open to see if the helicopter can just get out of the door to go and save you? That's all that they care about.
So,
So,
they don't
like,
care about saving the people only if the door opens?
What about the Sky Guard?
I mean, they care about going and saving people if the door will, like, if you can get that bird out of the hangar in Alaska, they will come and save you. That's like one of the main defining factors. They don't give a flying fuck compared to every other like search and rescue branch.
So, Graham, question. You have two
Mhm.
options on the table. These are your only two options. One, cruise line for 2 months. You're stuck there, no control. Other option, you have to go to Mars because the world is dying with no water. You have to go mine water in space with ice. Which one are
Oh.
you choosing?
What was the first one?
Stuck on a cruise ship for 2 months.
Cruise ship.
I'm picking cruise ship for sure.
Are people sick? Are there
Don't-
toilets?
I don't know. On a cruise ship or in space? Which one?
Are they working? Are the toilets
Where?
working? on a cruise
Where?
ship?
Which
On
one?
Yes. No, the cruise ship is like as if you
Well,
were
then
literally
obviously
just
the cruise
going-
ship. You can't tell. That's such a
Okay, okay.
stupid. That's a stupid.
This
Is
whole
it though?
episode's been
Because-
stupid.
Did
We
I
brought
not
Richie-
cater? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you'd have to be like you're stuck on a cruise ship for a year. There's no running or there's no. You have water and rations of some kind to survive, but there's like every system on the boat is broken. So you're eating like granola bars out of a
So
package,
fucking
and you got
you
water.
love granola
off the
bars.
Deck.
I do.
So
Shit
you'd be
off the
fine.
top deck. You're golden.
Shit off the poop deck.
Yeah.
Hope nobody's underneath to catch it. So I was trying to cater to one of your favorite shows, so that's why I was hoping that would play into it a little bit. But I guess you don't.
That
wanna
would
go
be
to
cool
space.
if I had the opportunity to go live on Mars. It would be a hard decision. I'd probably still say no, but
It's hard to wheel Mars when the internal combustion engine won't work there yet.
But we could bring the electric buggy that
Yeah.
Joe was building, and we could go rock crawling. Okay, come on.
Wait, what's the gravity on Mars?
I think it's.
I was
3
just
times.
It
wondering.
has some.
I think it's 3 times the Earth.
Is
Oh,
that
then
really? I think it's less.
Before traction.
I think
No,
it's less.
It's more. It's more.
Really?
3.73, and Earth is. Oh, actually, you're right.
Yeah,
It's 3
it's
times
more.
less. I was incorrect. It is Earth is, or pardon me, Mars is 3.73 meters a second squared, some fucking fancy ass number. Earth is 9.8. So you'd actually feel lighter. So that means we wouldn't even have to weight the tire. Actually, you probably would have to weight the tires to get the grip.
So,
Stickies.
so,
Only-
Oh, you could just have a heavy ass rig there, and it would weigh.
Whoa.
so
would-
no air in your tires, and you can like bunny hop the bitch.
But are Red Labels going to work in space with their open cell design bullshit, or are they going to collapse under Mars's non-existing atmosphere? That is another question we need to send Red Labels to Mars. All right, you heard it here
They'll
first.
work. They'll work.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to send some Mickeys too because
No,
we need
we
a
don't
fair
want
and balanced
Mickey.
conversation here.
All right, we're gonna reach out to all major tire companies and Elon Musk. We're putting tires on the boat, and it's going to space.
Musk Daddy.
Ugh.
All right, so instead of the tube cube, can we build the tube boat?
You could.
No.
I mean, Ibex kind of look like boats as it is, anyways. So
No, they just look like cars. Looks like the car you drew in
The stick
the
figure
van
car.
you drew in kindergarten. Looks like the Ibex or whatever.
No, my vans looked like a Volkswagen, like the Volkswagen vans. That's what the when I
Or
like
the
when I-
Stop
mystery
trying to
machine.
trigger Richie.
Richie doesn't like Volkswagen vans. Oh,
He doesn't like
Volvo.
Volvos.
Volvo.
Oh, Volvos, same
Triggered.
difference.
I'm
V.
triggered.
Very triggered.
Oh shit.
But it's
Well.
fucking nice to have you back, Richie. And this episode's been kind of fucking fun. It's a little different than normal.
Yeah, sorry, I had to drop middle of or I just picked up my new to me alternator with brackets attached, so I can do that on the J20 tomorrow. Those alternator brackets are so stupid. It is such a stupid design.
You're starting to get back to the off-road territory, or at least vehicles. Are you okay?
I'm trying to reel us back into.
I'm not. I'm trying to think of more fun things to actually talk about.
Yeah,
Sorry,
this has been
guys.
kind of fun. I've been enjoying going off the rails here. So you got your alternator bracket. It's stupid. AMC 360s are stupid. You should have just LS swapped it while you had everything else down, because nothing would have went wrong with your truck ever. Everything was golden.
Okay,
You're
LS
just
swap
silly.
the Dodge. Got
I'm
it.
not
That
LS swapping any vehicles right now, because I don't have money.
Valid.
Go fix that.
That is a good answer.
Just go rob a bank.
Ooh, there was a story that I read about that once where I'm never mind. I'm not getting into it. Never mind.
No, you
That was
get
so
started.
okay.
Come
I'll
on,
talk about.
give
Okay,
us
so there was
the North Hollywood experience.
all right, so there was this story that I read on Reddit a long time ago it was a sister and it was like an am I an asshole kind of like post, and pretty much what it was that her little brother asked her for money and she was like, no, like I'm not giving you money, and he was like, fine, I'm gonna go rob a bank. And she like laughed it off. A few days later, there was like this whole entire commotion that happened. A bank got robbed, and there was a picture, and it looked just like her brother. And it turns out it was her brother who robbed the bank, and like it was this whole thing. It was a real story.
That's funny as fuck. And what
Yeah.
kind of an idiot posts that on Reddit?
Well, he got caught. Like he got caught and went to jail and all that shit.
Beforehand, not as a result of the post.
No, yeah, it was well beforehand
Okay.
because they were like looking for him. Like it was like he didn't do it with the mask or anything. It was just a straight up picture of him. Yeah. So if you're gonna rob a bank, actually, I don't think we can give you advice on illegal things. So don't rob a bank without a mask. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't rob a
That's
bank without a...
advice.
No, I'm telling them not to rob a bank without a mask.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
There is a period in there. Don't rob a bank, period, without a mask, because COVID is real. Come on, Graham, get with the get with the program. Duh, jeez.
The great coof has descended upon us, and it's now just a factor of our lives. It's great.
What did you call us? What the fuck?
I said the great coof.
The fuck is that?
For a while there, instead of people typing out cough, they were spelling it like COOF. Because of the Facebook censoring on like everything related to anything. It was great.
Pine cones.
Yeah, I miss those days somewhat.
Yeah, did you? No Facebook access.
Honestly, though, like even though I have Facebook access, I don't fucking use it anymore. They reversed my lifetime ban, but banning me for what was it, 2 years or whatever it was for calling someone a pine cone. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about your service anymore.
That's fun. Yeah, I miss the pine cone days. Those were good times.
Those were good times. Rolling around with 3.5 inches of lift, a shitty 3-link, and 40s. Life was good.
Whoa. Your 3-link was nice. The suspension in the rear was the problem. Okay? Let's not pretend like it wasn't.
Yes and no. The fucking upper was getting into all kinds of stuff, and I remember when I first built it, I had to like spend a bunch of time reworking bump stops for the first like season that I was wheeling that thing because it just would not keep that 3-link out of everything.
You were like eating bump stops. I remember that, like, because you got the polyurethane ones, the same ones that I have, and the same ones that Coleman
they
was running.
shredded in like one fucking ride.
Like they were getting literally like chewed. So like mine are getting hole punched, and I'm sure at some point they will get chewed. But I do remember that yours were like extra fucked for some reason.
I think it has to do with my track bar geometry, but I don't care, and the front end's currently under the rig, and I'm not fucking with it at the moment.
Oh,
So,
and secondly, the upper control arms are designed to self-clearance the floor, okay? I have a beautiful hump that is forming on mine from all the times of it smacking, and the little tabs that are hanging off the unibody, those just get folded up with it, okay? Because more force on the upper moves everything else. It's fine. Unless the starter gets hit, but it's fine.
mine was starting to get to the point where it was getting close to the starter. That's why I kept fucking around with the bump stops and have continuously kept long enough shocks on there that the shock bottoms out before it hits the bump, or not the bump, before it hits the starter. Because that's just not pleasant.
I too use my shocks as limit straps, sir.
I don't use them as limit straps anymore, and I have bump stops on the front of it now, so don't kill me. They're big shocks. Everything there is set up how it is supposed to be. Cough, cough. Nothing interesting at all. Don't look at it. I don't acknowledge its existence. It's just a blue shit box that occasionally does something entertaining. Yeah. Fuck. But that was just a good fucking time period for wheeling and everything else. It's weird that we're like, what, 5 years out from that now, and it still hasn't leveled out.
Yeah. I miss the wheeling scene from 5 years ago.
Dude, we were going every fucking other weekend or every weekend. I think there was a couple of months where we were out like 3 weekends out of the entire month.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good times. What happened to us? Started going on long trips.
I don't think it's just the long trips. I think it's the fact that we're starting to unfortunately like have adult things that we have to do because we're not young adults anymore. We're in that shitty middle ground of just adult.
Well, so what kind of happened is Luke moved down south, and Luke was a big driver for getting the conversation started about a wheeling trip. And at the same time, everyone started planning the longer trips that everyone wanted to go on. So it was like a compounded issue.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Also, the long trips definitely didn't help.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's just Luke, and I'm not saying it's just the longer trips. It was like a combination of, and then like multiple people that would be like one of the core group that would always go out. Everyone started having life stuff come up, so like everyone just took a step back, really.
Yeah, and Colin fucking became what we know of Colin now, not the Colin that we used to know. Which is sad, but you know, that hit the club and yeah, just life has been happening and it fucking blows. I'm so ready to just get back out and try and have a normal season this year.
Me too. Me too. But according to Graham, I can't. So
Nope, you're not allowed to have a normal season.
dang it. Dang it. Fine.
Hell, you getting out fucking 3 or 4 times is an improvement.
Let's start with one. All right. Jeez. Don't start going too crazy on me now.
I'd be more impressed to just see your Jeep in the woods somewhere.
No, it'll happen. Okay, guys. Jeez. Come on.
It's been a while since we bullied you on that, so you know.
I built a whole ass rig.
Whoa, okay, that is an oversight, but yeah, sure, that's fine. A whole ass rig and doing a rear locker and sliders, okay.
And stiffeners.
And what?
Stiffeners.
Yep, you built a whole rig, Richie. You did, man. You're right.
You built that baby from the ground up.
I sure did. Hey, it fell off the jack stands one week, and I had to pick it up off the ground. So yeah, from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Richie's out there in the cover it with the forge going. I'm gonna make this fucking camshaft. Beating it with fucking hammers until it works.
Yeah.
That's how it totally went down, right, Richie?
Yep. Every
Not-
nut bolt.
Every nut and bolt, you know, you didn't put any junky aftermarket factory parts. Everything was forged by you in your backyard.
Yes. Everything was hand forged.
Anyways, moving on from this stupidity. Cody, fix your shit. Graham, fix your shit. Luke, fix your shit. And Richie, go wheel yours or something. Sure that the French transmission will let you down at some point. Keep us up to date on that.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Can we talk about something weird that I just got a suggested post on Instagram about them finding 140 trillion oceans worth of water in space? They're listening. They're listening. They heard my comment to Graham.
Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. All right, so we're starting to slow down.
Yeah, let's
little
close this
bit here.
shit out. Get them out of here.
In the future, guys, you know, we've got the business all set up and all of that shit. Is there anything that you guys want to see from us besides shirts? We know that you guys want shirts. They will happen, but just like let us know
And stickers.
going forward.
We do have the
Yep.
stickers. We're the I bought envelopes and they're way too small. They're not gonna fit in there, so I need to buy new other
How
ones. Another one.
small did you buy?
they're like check sized. I'm gonna use them for checks now, but I need sticker sized ones.
Well, those
Oh
are
my
some
God.
girthy fucking stickers. So.
Yeah, they're like an odd size for an envelope. I'm just probably gonna get one of the normal like paper like tan envelopes. What are they called? I don't know.
But
Manila?
I will.
Maybe.
I'm gonna head this up. There will be stickers at the meet and beat. So come and bother one of us if you see us at the meet and beat. I don't know who's going to the meet and beat, but we were talking about it. I know Richie's probably taking my passenger seat at this point in time, so there will be at least two of us there. Graham and Cody, y'all figure yourselves out.
Yeah, I'm up in the air.
TBD.
I have some other stuff to sort, but if I can make it, I will go if it's feasible. But
TBD.
We'll see.
We got time. We got time.
yep.
Yeah, did you see they announced the dates for it this year? It's May. What is it?
May 4th.
First,
May
second, and third.
Second, third,
I thought it was
fourth.
4th.
All right,
May?
that's what it is.
Wait, it's May? Usually it's
Always been
March.
May. No, it's always
That's
been
May.
I thought it
It's
was March
May
30th.
2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yeah, last
I
year I
put in
think
for the time.
last year wasn't it like the 17th and 18th or some shit like that?
No,
At this point, I don't know.
last year it was the beginning of the month of Labor Day.
Labor Day is September, I thought.
Memorial Day. I said Memorial Day, you dummy.
No,
Ah,
you said
okay, I'm
Labor
just
Day.
stupid.
You did say Labor Day.
No, I said Memorial.
Okay. Either way, let's close this shit out.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to hit up Crawler Off Road. Use coupon code BCOP at checkout for 10%
BCOP
off.
10.
BCOP 10, I'm sorry. At checkout for 10% off. They make awesome recovery gear. So go give them a like and a follow. Don't forget to like, follow, and comment on this episode. We love hearing back from you guys. And hey, every once in a while, if you've got someone cool, shoot them our way. There are a couple of these suggestions that we are reaching out to now for guests, and you know, next year is going to be entertaining. I think this is we recorded the other one last year, right? So this is the first episode of the new year,
Yes, sir.
isn't it?
Yeah. No, it was afterwards. It was the day after. So this is the 2nd of the new year. That was
Okay.
like January 2nd
Yeah.
of the new year was the last one posted.
No,
That was we recorded it the
Monday
30th.
last year.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck them.
Th-
Okay,
This
they
is
get an
the first
episode.
recording of this year.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Whatever.
All right. Now we're getting semantics. I'm sorry. My bad. Jeez Louise.
But we love hearing from you guys. Some suggestions are super helpful. Put some people on the map. And on that note,
Well, or tell us if you liked this episode where it was very sporadic, and if you'd prefer just the boys episode, and let us know. Give us insight and kind of, it's been 4 years. Fill us in on what your thoughts are, how you're liking things, and how you'd like to see it, because we'll try to accommodate.
yeah, some minor changes might be due. Throw some new paint on it. That lovely Rust-Oleum navy navy blue.
The special unobtainium navy blue. It's different every
That's
time.
sold at
The
Walmart.
factory changes the recipe every 3 days.
But on that note, just because you can doesn't mean you should.